Hi, it's Maxine, Kaye, and Yoga, bringing you another love note from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Yeah, I know. Many of us are familiar with and do our best to apply and employ the 4 agreements. You remember what they are, right? The first one is be impeccable with your word. The second is do not take things personally. The third is don't make assumptions. And the fourth is always do your best. So it's a good measure, I think. It's a good measuring stick for us to use throughout the day to see, am I being impeccable with my word? Am I not taking things personally? Am I not jumping to conclusions and making assumptions? And am I really always doing my best? Well, I find that sometimes I don't live up to what I'd like to be doing, thinking, feeling, saying, etc. And starting with the first one, I'm pretty impeccable with my word in terms of saying what I mean, but I can be more impeccable with my word if I wait and take a breath and say something that is constructive and compassionate rather than just saying what I mean at the time. Impeccability, that's an interesting word. Impeccable, it comes from the Latin peccare, which means sin, and impeccable means without sin. It means that it is well-intentioned and nicely delivered. So if I'm impeccable with my word, and I'd like to be all the time, not just some of the time, that I'm not only going to say what I mean, but I'm going to stop and think, do I really mean to say that? As far as not taking things personally, well, sometimes I have to work on that one. How about you? Do you ever find that that you do react to something that someone has said rather than realizing that it probably doesn't belong to you at all? Oh, it may have something to do with you and the person who's speaking these words, but it really is that person's perspective, and it may or may not be true about you. If perhaps it is, well, then it's a good thing to take a look and see, do I need to look at that? Is there something that I've been thinking, doing, feeling, saying that I'd like to do, feel, think, or say differently? But for the most part, we don't want to take it personally. It's like the book that was written years ago called What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. Well, we do care about people, and we can't help, I think, but care about what people think about us. But let's get better about caring a little less about somebody else's perspective, and realize that we know down deep in our own hearts and souls who we are, and we want to be discovering that more and more. And the more we do the deep dive into that beautiful presence of spirit within us, the less we will likely be affected by other people's opinions. So let's not take things personally. Let's keep working on that one. Oh, don't make assumptions. Boy, we get ourselves in trouble with that one, don't we? We cannot assume, or we can, but it's a better idea not to assume that a person meant harm when they said or did something. It might have had nothing to do with anything except where that person was at the time, or that group of people. And so let's not assume, let's not decide that they've come from a nefarious intention. Let's just wait and see. I think it's better to seek first to understand. That's the best thing to do. That is a good way to avoid making assumptions. If I don't really know what that person's premise was or their intention, How about if I ask? How about if I say, please help me understand. When you said da-da-da, or when I saw you do da-da-da, what was that about for you? What did you mean? And it can really clear up the air and keep us from making those false assumptions. Always do your best. Well, even our best can get better, can't it? But what's so is we are always doing our best from where we are at that moment. But it's a great thing to set an intention to do even better. So I'm recognizing and acknowledging that I do not always keep my 4 agreements, but I love revisiting them, reminding myself, getting stronger and clearer, and setting up these beautiful new habits of noticing, what am I saying? How am I saying it? What am I perceiving? What am I deciding before I really know the answer to anything? What am I reacting to rather than responding to? And can I keep doing just a little bit better every day? And the answer to that, says yoga, is yes, of course you can. So thanks for being with us today. And do be with us tomorrow if you can at 10:30 for our live stream. And that's when Reverend Mike and Yoga and I go to our center with just our tiny but powerful production crew. And we live stream to you. And you can find that on our website, which is cslphilly.org. And when you go there, it will help you access us. You just click on the link, and at 10:30 we begin. If you can't be there at 10:30, or if you're on the West Coast and that's too early for you, which is 7:30, then catch it later. You can always click on any of the pre-recorded live streams and any of the archived love notes that Reverend Mike and Yoga and I do for you every day. There's also an opportunity to look through to see what's going on, what classes and activities are being offered, and there is an opportunity to continue to give your beautiful, beautiful contributions to our center to keep it thriving. We're so grateful for your prayer support, for your financial support, and for you continuing to find ways, creative ways, as we're doing, to stay connected. We love you. We'll see you soon. Over and out.